Hi, Dan Steven Erickson here, songwriter, and I've got another one from the deep dive going clear back to the 1985 to 1990 songs. I wrote about 50 or 60 songs in that era. That was kind of my first era of semi-serious, if not serious, songwriting, and I'm choosing about 15 of them to work on and record here. Some of them I've made some changes, not this one. This is Whiskeybound, and it's exactly as I've written it. And this is kind of like my Freebird. You know, in Leonard Skinner concerts, they yell, Freebird! Well, this is Whiskeybound, and all my old friends and old fans and songwriting partners, whenever I get together with them, they're, play Whiskeybound. Come on, Dan, play Whiskeybound. So this is my Freebird. It's called Whiskeybound. On a cold rainy day in December, he found a note on the door. The woman he'd loved a lifetime had gone. When she told him she'd found her another, he couldn't go on anymore. With his head in his hands, he wondered where he went wrong. Lost in his sorrow, he tipped up the bottle to wash the loneliness down. And late in the evening, for $2 a swallow, you'd see him out making the rounds. A good man gone whiskey bound. A good man gone whiskey bound. The longer he tried to find her, the harder the habit became. Night after night, you'd see him out walking alone. And the miles that she'd left behind her would slowly drive him insane. With a glass in his hand, he'd never find his way home. Lost in his sorrow, he tipped up the bottle to wash the loneliness down. And late in the evening, for $2 a swallow, you see him out making the rounds. A good man gone whiskey bound. A good man's gone whiskey bound. Well, you know, one fine summer's eve, he put the bottle down. Walked right out of that bar and turned his life around. But as he was walking out, another man was coming in. Said his woman had gone and left him alone. And the story goes on once again. Lost in his sorrow, tipped up the bottle to wash the loneliness down. And late in the evening, for $2 a swallow, you see one in any old town. A good man gone whiskey bound. A good man gone whiskey bound. Yeah, a good man gone whiskey bound, and another man's gone whiskey bound. That's Whiskeybound. It's kind of like my Freebird. And I played this song back in Nashville in the early 90s when I used to go to some singer-songwriter nights and open mic nights there. And I remember at a place called the Sweetwater Lounge in a Holiday Inn, getting not a standing ovation, but a really big ovation. People were clanking their glasses and hooting, and that was pretty fun. It's the only time I really remember that happening. That was in Nashville back in like 92, I believe. Anyway, that was Whiskeybound. I'm Dan Steven Erickson, songwriter, going through the deep dive of my songs from 1985 to 1990. That one was from 1989. If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and check out my website at danstevenerickson.com.